In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Hello and welcome to a show called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in search of greater meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm John.
I'm Nick.
I'm Chris.
And hello, welcome back.
I was flexing when I said that. That's why it
We were
sounded a bit
doing
weird.
funny motions to try and distract you there, John. But you're such a professional.
I am a professional, yes, and I find staring purposefully at the floor really
Throughout
aids
the whole
me.
recording.
The whole point of being in the same room when we record was to capture this human emotion. And,
I think this would be a far more professional operation if we were all in different buildings.
You spend most of your time not looking at us.
I'd like to say that I haven't been looking into remote recording.
We're sat in a circle at the moment, but you're sat facing out.
we should actually try that.
There's a little booth. It's like I'm in the studio. I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
What,
it's
you gotta
soundproof.
speak up.
I'm just going to assume what you said.
Although, given the weird way these microphones work and based on past experience, we're probably not going to be able to hear each of us in the room, but we're going to hear the individual.
Do you want me to close the window?
No, it's beautiful. No,
It is
we'll be able to
lovely.
hear the
It's
background
ambience.
birds, ambient noise. We'll be able to hear like the running team go by swearing. You
To
can
be
hear...
honest, we'd rather have that. Than
Yeah,
I
it's
think
nice.
What we're going to create.
I mean, that's going to be good for comedy.
That's
I'd
content.
say.
That is hot content.
That is stuff we can talk about and refer to. You know, you've got to
reflect
get
upon.
these things for comedy.
Well, in the past, you and I have recorded podcasts outside.
We certainly have, John,
Monsters.
and maybe one day we will again.
Maybe
doubt
one
it.
day we will again. I'll tell you what, everyone's got a podcast these days. That's
Yeah.
not.
Well,
not,
yeah, we have. We got one.
This is it.
This isn't a bit. I just Lucy and I are currently having our house rewired, and the electrician casually dropped that he was on his way to record his podcast.
What? Is it about wiring a house?
Is
It's
it about
wiring
being
elect-
an electrician?
No, it's about a rugby team.
Oh.
He-
Who also are electricians.
Yeah, they're called
Electric Boogaloo.
the
Sparkford.
They're called Ball Lightning.
Brilliant.
There you go. Yeah, and yeah, they talk about insulation.
Okay.
And
Where am I to
tries.
find this podcast?
You know,
I don't want to find
It's really
it.
bad because I can't remember what they're called, but
Oh,
they
okay.
You're a
are.
monster.
This is a great anecdote.
I'm just saying, it's like if I wish he had turned around actually and said, "Oh, it's about being an electrician," because that would be really cool, actually.
Well,
You say cool.
I bet there is a podcast about electricity.
There must be
anyway.
Yeah.
somewhere.
As
They
you
used
say,
to call them
everyone.
instructional videos, and now they just call them podcasts.
It's kind of depressing that he's got a podcast, actually. I don't like that.
Why is that depressing?
Well, because we're special, because we've got this special podcast.
because we're
Thing
And
is-
now we're not special at all, because
thing
every man and his dog's got a bloody podcast.
Yeah.
we pioneered
I
the
was
concept
We pioneered
Podcasting.
this.
I took up this gig having been told I'd be the only podcaster in the world.
Promises
Yeah,
were
exactly.
made at the time of signing, which I cannot legally be held to now.
Promises about storage were made that were not kept.
Whenever someone else does something that I'm very proud of doing myself, I hate them for it. Because they've taken a bit away of what I'm doing there.
Oh, does that mean are you proud of this?
Don't put words in my mouth. But yeah.
Well, hello, dear listeners.
Oh yes, hello.
It's
everyone.
episode 21, which is
Oh, we've
Double
come,
figures!
we've come of age.
yeah, we're just inching.
What can we do now officially? Can we like rent a car? And...
We can drink in
Oh.
America.
Cool.
Cool.
So
Okay.
when the world tour comes about,
Yeah.
we can make that happen.
When we go to LA.
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 Why
Okay.
LA?
That's where it all happens.
That's where it
isn't
hap-
it?
that's where
Show
the-
business.
Oh,
La La
I
Land.
see. I thought
When we do our first live show in LA. I'm
Ah,
saying.
that'd be
Yeah.
nice.
We'll just
Yeah.
get rent a crowd in.
Is there a town or village in the UK that has the acronym LA?
It's just called ELLAY.
LA.
Upon
Yeah.
terms.
Well, if you are familiar with the show, which I hope you are, because you've stuck with us this long.
Or you've just jumped into episode 21 for some really
crazy.
weird reason.
Basically, every week we bring
way.
Every week we each bring a subject of
Come
love
on, John,
and
tell
hate
them-
to the table. Although, in all honesty, should we just take like a little? We should just say like it was going to be about half hate and half love.
That's not true.
That is bollocks.
It has
now.
it's 90% hate, 10% love.
I'd say so.
Yeah,
Should we
90% hate, 5% love, 5% procrastination.
Shall we just accept that is how it works now? Like
Yes.
To be honest, there's more intro than there is love now.
Yeah.
That is true, actually.
Love is an afterthought.
Which is a very good point. We should move on. So,
That was good. What
to
you see what
get
I
us-
did there?
to get us started, who's got a hate?
I've got hate.
Oh,
Take us home.
I did a little pause and then I came in. I really hate password reset security questions.
Oh.
And here's why. Because the question is like, there's always a list for you to choose from. Like, what was the name of your best friend when you were growing up? Or what was the name of the street you lived on? And all the answers to most of them, if not all of them, require more than one word. Which means you can never remember what words you chose. So let's say it's street you grew up on. I grew up on Radnor Road in Salisbury. Did I write Radnor? Did I write Radnor Road? Did I capitalise both of those words? Did I write Radnor Road as all one word? I don't know. Okay, best friend when I was growing up. Richard Abbott. Oh, but did I just write Rich, because that's what I called him? Or Richard? I don't know what I did.
very confusing.
That was 100 years ago I filled that fucking questionnaire in. It really fucks me up.
I cancelled my phone contract recently.
Oh.
Gasp.
I know, right?
That's why you're not returning my
What calls? And I was given 4 goes to get
Yeah.
my security question answer, and I got them all wrong.
Yeah.
And then she was just like, "I'll forget that one. Then we'll do something else." It was like, "Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
great. It's pointless."
Oh, and also like when you're doing it on the phone, when they say, "Okay, sir, just a security question," they often go like, "And what address was this account
It's like, oh
registered?"
no, I've moved house
And you, think,
108
you
times.
go, "Oh, is it so and so?" And they go, and they don't say
Yeah,
no.
they give you a chance though, don't they? That's like,
They can't legally
Or you're
guide
close.
you
You're
to
close. Have another go.
Are you sure, sir? Anywhere else it could be?
aren't you technically breaking the law right now? I could be trying to hack into Nick Angel's account, and yet you're giving me a second chance.
Is there anything more dispiriting though when you have forgotten your password and you're just endlessly typing, trying again and again and again, and you're thinking, "What am I doing wrong?"
Yeah, it honestly is a daily source of anguish.
It's a very stressful experience, forgetting your password and then having to go through all that rigmarole.
because all my passwords are based around one word, which I know you shouldn't do. But how the fuck am I going to remember logins for a billion different things that I'm on? So they are all a word with different numbers after it, or capitalisation or non-capitalisation at the front. But that means that I can never remember which is for which, so I have to try all of them every time I need to relog into something.
Have you heard the latest guidance about passwords?
No, John, tell me.
They actually say it's better to have a phrase now with spaces.
With spaces?
Yeah,
This-
well, a
yeah.
password you gave me last week had spaces.
It didn't. Yeah, it didn't.
Slash
indeed,
that I
yeah.
stole off you.
No, you
That's
stole it.
interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, they're saying it's better to say you could have a. Please don't. If you're looking for suggestions, please don't use this as a.
Yeah,
a
of course,
password.
yeah.
It's better, it'd be better to say
Someone's like, copied.
this is my password.
With spaces.
4724 or something.
Okay.
And just because apparently, it's just harder for
To crack
hacking programs and algorithms and Morpheus to make it work. To work.
Morpheus would be able to
Fucking
crack that code,
Morpheus.
I reckon.
Yeah, he'd just punch it.
Yeah.
Punch it.
I think also once many a year ago when I was prompted to put, one of the security questions is like they give you options. It's like, what is your mother's maiden name?
Yeah.
And I think I put her first name.
Oh no!
And as soon as I did it, I was like, I'm sure I remember. I'm sure that's fine.
You never will.
No, you never will.
I've got a hilarious story about a password. When I used to work as a technician at a school.
The school.
Yes. One of the science teachers who I was technicianing for, would constantly, she just didn't understand technology at all, and she would constantly bring her laptop in for me to solve problems on
Oh,
it.
yeah.
And I'm not especially good at it, but I just had a basic working understanding so I can help her. Anyway, she got a new laptop, brand new, with all bells and whistles, Windows 7, I think it was at the time. Anyway, she had a problem with it. She puts the laptop down on the desk, and it comes up with a login screen, and she types 2 letters and enter as her password. And I was like, that's a very short password. And she was like, yeah, it's just the word no. And I was like, do you mind me asking why? And she was like, well, at the beginning, when I was setting up the laptop, it said, do you want to set a password? And then there was a box. So I typed no, because I didn't want a password, because no one else is going to use it. I was like, when, if ever, have you ever in Windows typed your answer to a question? Like, Windows never gets you to
She was
do
in
that.
MS-DOS
Yeah,
on
exactly.
her previous computer.
There's usually an OK button or a cancel button.
That's
you never
amazing.
have to type OK and press enter.
That's brilliant.
So her password was set as no because she tried to tell Windows she didn't want a password.
Thing is, who would guess that?
I know.
very true.
Who would guess that as a password?
But the problem is it's short, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if it's running through everything, it'll start with like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or to Z, and then it'll be A and something.
But now it would come up as like you need a capital letter, a symbol,
Yeah.
the Batman logo.
Yeah,
And all
all
this
the
sort of thing.
wingdings.
Well, new rules are coming in at work, and it's like your new password has to be like over 14 characters, which is quite long.
That is long.
And it's got and this is the thing I didn't understand. It wasn't worded very well, but it's like it has to have 3 of the following: numbers, letters, symbols. And I'm like, wait, do you mean 1 of each?
Yeah.
Or do you mean 3 of each?
Oh.
Or 3 of any combination?
Oh god, that's really confusing.
And then they were like, but now you'll no longer be prompted every 2 months to change your password. You will just have a password for life now.
Okay, but still 14 characters. I've got like
That
my
is a
word.
lot to remember.
My
Yeah,
go-to
14
word is like
characters.
10 letters long.
Yeah.
So I'd have to add a load of numbers and shit at the end of it.
It is bad. I'm like you. I think I have a similar password which I use in a lot of different contexts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have about 5 different passwords that I use on a rotation, and they're all completely different.
Okay.
But then if you've forgotten your login for, say, like, I don't know, Google Plus.
Oh, sure. I'm always on that Google Plus.
Well, this is why you've forgotten, you see.
Yeah.
How would you know which one of your 5 it was?
Well, I don't always, which is why I can sympathise with your problem.
Yeah.
Well, what if like
I'll give you one of them. It's Thompson00. And
a football player?
that's a football
Ah.
reference, yes. There you go, that's one of my passwords.
Thanks. Cool. I'll
That's
try
all right.
that.
Do you want my PIN number? Or...
Yes, please.
Yeah, all right. I'll
I
give you
have,
that off, Mike.
I have like a twisted sense where like if I was going to put like a number at the end, like people might go password 1. Is a thing.
Yeah.
I'm always like, you don't use a low number because that's one the computer will check first. So I'm like, I'll go
3
9.
billion.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
You'll
go
never get it.
9. That's the highest digit there is.
Yeah.
When I was in God, like over a decade ago now, I spent a summer in Indonesia,
Oh.
and I was doing like biological survey of like
Warfare.
a coral reef, like you do. Never found the bodies,
Yeah.
and it took about 4.5 days to get there because you had to get like plane, boat, bus, 2 boats. Eventually, we ended up on this tiny little island called Hoga, which was so
yeah.
isolated, and you could walk around it in about an hour. It wasn't very big.
Wow.
And
How long do you stay there?
4.5 weeks.
Bloody
You
hell.
stayed on a tiny island for 4.5 weeks. Did you take all your food with you and everything?
Yeah, I mean, like there were other people on the island. Like it wasn't just me.
There's a fridge there.
But yeah, they used to like get supplies from like the mainland every week or so. Ate a lot of tuna
Okay.
and rice.
I can imagine.
Didn't go to the toilet for 12 days at one point. I can tell you.
See through time.
Okay, so you were there on this tiny island.
I was at that point. I was also technically invulnerable because I was just clay. I gave birth to a small terracotta man.
Percussive force would have no effect on you.
But
Patrick
of
Swayze
course,
would though.
because it was on an island, I had no use for technology or anything like that.
I suppose not.
And when we got back to the mainland after that time, we had like one night in Jakarta before we flew back out, and we were like, well, let's go have some drinks and have a meal and stuff. And it was like
Eat
Lord of the
something
Flies. Like I'd forgotten like everything. So I remember like going to a cash point and putting my card in. It was like, please enter your PIN number. I was like,
no.
oh, of course. And I just put in like 4 numbers, and I was like, that isn't correct, sir. You may want to do it again. It's like, of course. And
You're the idiot.
I was like, maybe I'll just press it a bit harder. So I did like the same 4 things again. And I'm like, you sure, sir? It's like, no, I think I've got this. And I go in again.
No.
And then I do it, and he goes, no, and just swallowed my card. And I was like, oh yeah, that wasn't my PIN number. And it just suddenly hit me. So I was thinking like, great.
It could have hit you like 2 tries earlier, but
Yeah.
no.
Here I am in Indonesia, and I have no money at all. And because of a weird exchange rate, and it sounds cool, I had to borrow like 4 million ruples
Indonesian wooden dollars.
from my mate Tom to get out of the country.
Can you lend me a cool 4 million?
And that was like 40 quid.
There you go.
Maybe less.
Because a can of Coke was 10,000.
Oh,
That's
really?
cool, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Wow.
There you go.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's my hate.
Wow, that was brief.
Yeah.
I like it. No, it's succinct.
Let's keep it going.
We're
Push
being
those wheels.
succinct. You go,
Shall I
John.
do my hate?
You go.
It's quite specific, but I think when I describe it, you'll know exactly what I mean. I hate in hardware stores / out-of-town department stores that you might get on a trading estate.
Okay.
When you're walking down an aisle, and on the end of the aisle is a pre-packaged kind of TV unit advertising something, and it does it on a loop forever
Oh, yeah.
till the end of time.
Woolworths was
is that-
always very good at this.
Yeah.
So wait, so it's a display TV.
I'm sure you've seen these. So it's like, I can imagine them coming in the post with a little cardboard frame,
Right.
and there's a little like TV in it.
Yes, JML usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Because it's like, I was in because we've been sorting the house out, and I've been going to Hobbycraft, so I've been in a few places lately, and it's amazing
So
how they
we-
pop up, and
yeah.
there's something inherently depressing about them.
Yeah.
Because often they're selling something for children, I find, in a shop which is inherently not for children. It's almost like, poor parent is dragging like an unhappy child around like the laminate flooring aisle, and there's something on the end, and it's like, "Hey kids!" It's like,
Zagoi.
and it's always something like magic sand,
Yeah.
or the amazing dancing worm.
Creepy Clay.
But that's very
Ooh.
manipulative of them because they know the kids will be entertained by that because it's the only interesting thing there, and then want the quicksand or whatever it is they were buying.
But my point is, like, who is manufacturing these, and what kind of weird time warp do they exist
And
in?
where can I
Oh
get
yeah,
one?
the videos were like made in 1982.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
I
they
reckon
do
some
look
of them
like
are
that.
new, but they're almost intentionally making them still to look like they came from 1982. Because however trends of like advertising on TV have gone, these are not obeying them.
Maybe market research suggests that children identify with 1982.
I identify with 1982.
Yeah, and they want that product because it was done in such a way.
But
I
it's-
find they're often in the queue when you're queuing
Yes,
up to
yeah.
the till. And obviously in a queue, you just want to get to the end of it and you're bored and there's something moving, so you just watch that. And you keep watching it even though it keeps looping and it drives you insane. I hate it.
Imagine working there.
Oh god, yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
I know you'll have a dote to drop on us about a Christmas album.
Oh,
Was this
my
you
I don't.
when you were working at the range?
Yeah. Well, once upon a time, I worked at a
Department store out of town.
Let's call it Lagrange.
Okay.
Lagrange. It was Lagrange, and
Well, you disguised it so well.
yeah, it's funny, isn't it? How did you break my rubric? Basically, there was a CD they would play on a loop. It'd come down from head office. It was like sanctioned.
Oh,
No, there were two CDs. One was marginally better. One was like a kind of safe pop.
Safe pop, like kids. What's it? Kids pop.
Not quite Kids pop, but it was kind of like
Religiously
I seem
safe
to remember
music.
it had the Coral.
Okay, yeah. the
Dreaming of
classics.
You.
Yeah.
I want to say that was on it. It also had a Black Eyed Peas
Ah,
on it.
Oh dear. That's a shame.
And then the other CD was Pan Pipes Plays Pop.
They're always in like Indian restaurants and Chinese restaurants and that.
And yeah, it was basically like Westlife covers done on pan pipes, and it drove us mad, absolutely mad all summer. And then the day we left, something happened to that CD. It's funny, like
it's unbelievable.
who'd have thought that accidentally dropping it would have led to several score marks all over it.
So you saved future generations. From the
Yeah,
bad
basically we got a load of hardware from the hardware aisle and just carved great big square.
That was their first mistake, letting you have access to the stock.
We also like sometimes sunglasses in particular in a shop will have like a little security tag on the side.
Often quite
a
Like-
big
like-
security
like a
tag.
massive disc.
Yeah.
And the idea is that it's magnetic.
Yeah.
So you have like a little magnetic clasp on your desk, and you're meant to like
remove
click it, and it unlocks it. You can pull it off.
Mm.
Whoever had
Pull it off.
installed the magnetic clasp on the tills had done it the wrong way round.
Oh god.
So there
Classic.
wasn't enough space on the edge of the till to connect it and slide the tag off.
Great.
So, using a degree of lateral thinking,
You smashed it all to bits.
I went to the
I used to
hardware aisle
yeah.
and I picked up a chisel and a mallet.
Okay.
And again,
Went to town on that count.
thinking back, showing a lot of initiative for me from 12 years in the past. And well, basically, someone came and ordered, bought some sunglasses, and I go, "Thank you, sir. Give me a moment," and I would.
Bam, bam! What are you doing to my sunglasses?
Got it down to a fairly neat kind of like with one kind of whack. You could kind of slice it in half, basically.
Oh, I thought you were going to make edits to the counter, but you were smashing the tags off the
Oh
sunglasses.
yeah, no, we were. Yeah.
Okay.
Classic.
Well, you gotta,
Yeah, well,
Man's got to have his sunglasses.
a boy needs his sunglasses.
doesn't want to be dazzled. Jeez.
But yeah,
What other videos are there then? Give me some examples.
there's always there's magic sand.
Yeah.
There's magic bubbles. I've seen
Yes.
those in Hobbycraft.
What's magic about them?
They're plastic,
they
so
never
they
die.
hang around, unlike real bubbles.
But you blow them like normal bubbles.
Yeah, so you do a dippy
Oh.
dippy blow like you would normally.
Dippy dippy blow blow.
But
The
then
new
you can like
single
grab
from,
it.
N-Dubs.
Little Kim, isn't it?
Little kid.
Little Kim Wayne.
That's Missy Elliott, is it not?
Oh, whatever. I don't know this genre of
Stop
music.
saying it sounds like another. I created that. That's my song.
Oh, it's very good.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So yeah,
Sounds
back
a
off.
bit like
That's a Nick Angel original.
It's a
so.
Nick Angel original, exactly. Yeah, that you can grab
the
them.
plastic.
Grab them
I've
bubbles.
never seen
Yeah.
those.
There's magic sand, which is you're meant to have a tank of water. So it's
Lying
it's
around.
already built on that you have an unused aquarium lying around. So you fill it with water.
Mummy,
And
can
the
we buy an
idea
aquarium
is
for
that-
magic sand?
You pour the sand into
The water.
the water, and it's all different colours. And when it lands in the water, by pouring it, it doesn't react with the water in a weird way. So you can kind of like stack it, if that makes sense. So by pouring it, you can make kind of structures underwater.
That sounds
then-
boring.
And then when you reach in and grab the sand, when you raise your hand out, the sand is dry.
Oh, so it's like hydrophobic or
right,
something.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be fun for like a minute.
Maybe less.
Yeah. And also, and you may have had one of these when you were
I don't
young.
like sand. It's coarse and rough. And it gets everywhere.
Did you ever have, for lack of a better word, I'm going to call it a fabric worm?
I know
Oh
what
yeah,
you mean.
and it was on a long bit of fishing.
Yeah.
It was like a
Yeah.
fleecy.
And you
Yeah.
could like pull it
material.
between your fingers, and it looked
Yeah.
like it was like alive.
And that was like cutting edge technology for 1992.
yeah,
And then in the shop the other day, they were still advertising them.
magic worm.
And
Look at it go! Look at it go!
There's a UFO on the same principle as well.
how does
I
that?
think.
Whoa.
So it's like it looks like you've got your two hands, one stacked above the other with a gap between, and it looks like there's a UFO hovering in that gap, but actually it's a tiny bit of fishing wire wrapped around one of your fingers, and it's just spinning and hovering there.
I love how you
rubbish.
said. I love how you said like actually there.
Yeah,
Like as a clarification, like it looks like you have an anti-gravity device, but actually it's on a string.
it confused me for years.
The thing is now, the best thing you can do with something like that in the past is take a photo and go, "Hey everyone, look at this photo of me doing this hovery thing." But you just Photoshop that now.
Yeah, easy.
What's the point?
Yeah.
Just
In fact, a
Photoshop
kid would
it.
probably have more enjoyment from a copy of Photoshop
Yeah.
than they would.
Exactly.
Well, it's probably Photoshop's probably quite a lot more than a wiggly worm.
I mean, a little bit, yeah, but
But do you feel
it's
like?
counting.
It's an investment.
Yeah, for the future.
But it's like these. You never see one of these videos advertising like a fidget spinner, which is
No.
like the cutting edge.
Something cutting
tat.
edge. I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
you know.
Yeah.
But it's like. So, did somebody buy a job
edge
lot
tat.
of magic worms in
30 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and they're still working their way through the stock.
They got a warehouse filled with magic worms.
But either that or they must sell. That's
Yeah.
the thing. It's one or the other. Either someone's bought all of them that ever existed and they're there still, or people keep ordering them because they sell. But I've not seen them personally since I was a kid, but I'm sure they must. Well, they are out there,
Yeah, they are.
and they must sell if people are
I
stocking
can't-
them.
I reckon there's a certain kind of bloody mindedness. I reckon it's like nobody's selling them, but nobody's buying them, but it doesn't cost us any money because we just got a crate of we've got a warehouse full of prepaid worms, so we
Yeah.
might as well just.
I'm suffering from a bad case of prepaid worms.
We're down to our last 1,000 boxes of worms.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Crack open a can of magic bubbles.
Do you think it's some sort of government initiative where every out-of-town department store has to have something to cater to children, no matter what it sells? And so the Magic Worms guy is like, hey, I'll sell you this unit with a TV screen in it.
Look at this unit.
Look at this absolute unit filled with worms. You won't sell any, but it doesn't matter because then you're fulfilling the government initiative of having a kid thing in your store.
And maybe he gets like a tax break.
Yeah.
Because.
And the store does as well.
Yeah.
Is the TV screen a box or is it a new flat
It's like
screen?
a tiny LCD screen, isn't it?
Well, it's hard to see because I guess maybe it's behind like a cardboard wall.
Yeah,
generally.
it's sort of set into a cardboard display.
Okay.
But it's usually only about, I don't know,
It's a
like
small
8 inches
thing.
across, yeah.
Hey kids! Come get this tat.
By now.
The one the other day had like a really creepy kind of like tracking shift issue on it, where like
Like the sort of the Ring video
yeah,
or something.
like kind of like the colours were all slightly off, and the image was like just off to the right and kind of like creeping, and the voice was like a bit distorted.
Plus the paedophile standing next to it.
He was in it. He was dressed as a.
I love it when you get like displays in stores and it's crashed and you can just see Windows and the taskbar. And, like,
Yeah.
That always brings me so much joy.
Yeah, there was one at a train station the other day. Like they used to have like these big,
Yeah.
and it's just got. Please restart Windows. for
Yeah.
updates.
So this computer has performed an illegal operation and will be shut down.
Oh dear. But no, I just think there's something so inherently depressing about the toys they are maybe
Yeah.
legally obliged to include.
Yeah.
Almost to some extent, like the Galaxy Shifter Transformer.
That's
you
a
got
good
me
gift.
earlier.
You can't legally say it's a transformer.
Oh, sorry, not
No.
a Transformer.
It's
no.
a Galaxy Shifter universe
Warrior.
thing.
So for the fans at home, it's a Transformer
Yeah.
rip-off. Sorry.
It's a
Sorry, Hasbro! Oh no!
morphing robot.
Morphing
It's
automaton.
it's a morphing not human.
Yeah.
That
Toy.
toy.
Not a full-size... Sorry, I'm getting close again. That Poundland sells to maybe
Yeah.
cash in on a certain franchise. And you bought one for John.
I did as a nice
It was
gift.
very kind of you,
Wasn't it?
How
Yes.
quickly did you break it, John?
It
Well,
broke.
it depends.
It broke pretty quickly.
You know, it's
It,
not
it
like,
weighed almost nothing.
I mean, I know you put the arm back on again,
yeah, and his leg.
but you did break it.
I think he may
Like
be
a child.
I like him.
I think he may be impossible to break because he is deformable.
Yeah,
as
true.
in, like I think his plastic may be more cheese than.
Thing is, it's more likely to fold nicely than snap.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
Plastic.
Like paper.
and it only broke because the window was open and a stiff breeze sent it kind of tumbling across.
It's a fabulous gift. That's your birthday and Christmas.
Oh,
Done.
thank you. Yeah.
There you go.
And where did you get that from?
The non-denominational transformer.
Universe
Yeah.
Warrior.
I can't remember. It was
Pound.
no. It was like
It wasn't Poundland.
no. It
I
was,
thought it was Poundland.
Oh.
yeah, it was Poundland.
Oh, that's okay.
I was trying to do a bit.
Oh,
we ruined that, didn't
You
we?
ruined that.
Oh, I'm
I was going to
sorry.
say it was from Marks and Spencers or something.
Oh, Harrods.
Arrods. How do you spell Arrods?
From Harrods.
Capital A.
John Lewis range.
Yeah, the John Lewis range of tat.
Tat range.
Just as a kind of like little side topic here, Nick, you very briefly mentioned. Did you say like JML? Like
Yeah.
the sister group of crappy toys
As seen on TV.
are needlessly useful or not useful items.
Yeah, household gadgets that, for some
Yeah.
reason, nobody buys, despite a lot of them being kind of good in a way, like solving problems that no one has, but would actually make our lives
But it
easier.
is, you look at them and you think, I never realised I had that problem until I watched
And
this.
though that's good, I'm not going to buy
But
it.
they're always
Yeah.
presented in the same.
Yeah.
Also, I
It's a
sometimes
slap chop.
wonder. I almost wonder if I'm getting two hates for the price of one here. But I often wonder, like, does everything need to be 1,000% efficient?
Yes.
Like they go like, you're like, how do you make eggs? And you like got some sag sack in black and white, like you
yeah,
know,
and a
using
red
this-
X comes up on the screen.
No, it's like, did you know, like, you're wasting energy every time you flip an egg with a spatula? Have you tried the egg glove? And it's like it's like some kind of like knit you can just kind of and it's like this saves 0.3 seconds on every egg you cook. And
Just
like,
think, over your whole life.
Nice.
that
Yeah,
will
that
save
is,
up the time
that's
it takes
probably
to
like a
have food.
good 15 minutes
yeah.
over the course of your life.
Or it's like dry your clothes quicker on the line with our heated pegs, you know, and it's like a
Hot
peg.
pegs.
It's a peg with like a really
So
long
a hair,
cable.
a
running.
hair dryer coming out of it.
Buy 4 for the price of $29.99.
Yeah, and it's like I'm okay with a degree of inefficiency in my life, like because they're trying so hard. They're looking at every aspect of life, you know.
Yeah.
What problem do people not have? Let's solve it for them.
There's got to be a better way.
It's like tired of using your legs to lean back in your chair. Why not try these leg door stops? And you just go, oh, it's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you got a hate for us there?
Yes,
Raymond?
I've got a hate.
Oh,
I've got
wow,
one.
blazing.
I mentioned earlier that I recently left EE,
Yes.
and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
I love how we originally we were like, we can't mention brand names, and now we're just...
Fuck it.
Oh, no one's listening. Advertising campaigns, big advertising campaigns that are built around A-list celebrities.
Yes.
Kevin fucking Bacon
Oh,
He's
is on
still
my
going,
he's
isn't
on
he?
my telly all the time. That is money that could be spent giving me a generous new tariff, but it's going in Kevin Bacon's back pocket. That just winds me up. My prices keep going up because they're hiring big celebrities for a job that could be done by any old shithead.
It's true.
It's true.
It's a
true.
waste of money
But they
having
want
big name
influencers.
celebrities. Yeah, it's just good gravitas. That's all it is. And I get that to a degree, but it affects my quality as a customer. And Kevin Bacon will be all right.
Oh, he'll
He's
be
not-
fine.
I think he'll be okay if he's not doing these ads. But I don't want my costs to keep going up.
No.
So in regard to those Kevin Bacon adverts in particular,
Mm.
because he's been doing it like a year or so now.
No, longer
Oh,
than that.
way longer than that.
Really?
Way longer
That's
than that.
what's crazy about it. That's what's absolutely...
He-
because...
Kevin Bacon has been doing the EE advert since EE started. You're probably talking at least 5 years.
At least 5 years. Yeah, I was going to say 5 years.
Because I'm casting my mind back now, and I remember those early ads, but I can't believe it's
It was
been
just
that
Well,
him.
think about it. It was at least when we were watching TV, which we don't do anymore. So that's at least over 2.5 years ago.
Good grief.
Yeah.
But it used to be him walking down the street going, "Hi, I'm Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Go transfer to EE for who gives a
Yeah.
shit." And now it's evolved into all sorts of different weird things.
Thing is, I wouldn't mind if it was like one campaign. So like one summer, they did a series of 2 or 3
Yeah.
ads just to raise some awareness and hype. But then you drop him because, as you say, the cost of a celebrity like that.
It must cost them a lot, and that they have to make up that shortfall somewhere. And it's poor schmucks like me who probably have to make it up, which is why I've left.
But what's really
Yeah.
weird about that is that they could have gone with anyone. Like the joke originally was, I'm a big Hollywood actor, and here I am
In the
walking
UK.
through London.
Yeah.
And it was almost endearing at that point because it's like, I think they were like, we know this is a stupid scenario, and Kevin Bacon's quite likable.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was going like, hey, I'll have a Marmite sandwich, and kind of like, hey,
Kevin Bacon, he gets it.
like,
He
know,
gets it.
he's trying to
Doesn't he,
be a
Kevin
Brit.
Bacon?
he likes the things I like, and so on. But it's getting a bit
There was one because I
weird now.
well, this is part of my one-man crusade. I had BT Sport as well,
I
and then
see.
I quit BT Sport because I got annoyed that every time I got a letter from them, it was, your costs are going up, but you'll still get all this great content. I had it before for cheaper.
Yeah.
And then they had a campaign with Ryan Reynolds, and it's like, well, that's where my money's going.
I was going to bring that up.
And you just think, fuck you, I'll leave then, and I did. So there you go.
So this is a call to action, everyone who's listening. Every
Yes.
time a celebrity starts
I'm telling you to boycott big companies
that use celebrities.
Oh, my.
that use celebrities, dear listener.
Yeah, listener. We won't do it, but Rayman
know.
will do it. And
I'll do it, and I think as a one man, I'll probably make a pretty big difference
They'll
to the way
care.
the companies think.
they'll care to lose you.
Yeah.
They will. Yeah.
I'm pretty confident about that.
Nick, I mean, I was
Well-
going to say Nick, but I guess you as well. To
Thank
some
you.
extent, Chris Ray. You're both advertising men.
Yes.
Yeah.
You work in that kind of field.
Don't get me wrong, I understand the dark art of advertising
Yeah.
and why it's a necessary evil. But it just, as a customer and as a consumer, when it gets to a point that every letter I receive is your costs are going up, and then
Yeah.
you turn your telly on and you see Kevin Bacon, Ryan Reynolds, whoever,
Big names.
big names advertising that service for a long time for an ad that probably, they wouldn't have done on the cheap, it's galling.
That's the thing. I mean, Kevin Bacon can't be complaining because he's got to be making a lot of money off that.
Oh, yeah. How much do you reckon? Because
But also, is he though? Because whether he's being paid well, he probably is being paid well for it. But does he need it? No, probably
he
not.
doesn't need the money. And there's a jobbing actor out there who could probably do the job just as well. Because it's 10 a penny, the ads. They're not
'Cause then you
any
think about-
specialist sort of acting involved.
You think about other ads like the PlusNet ads, and they've got that random Yorkshire
Yeah,
bloke.
yeah.
And it's like they sort of created their own celebrity out of him.
And then Go Compare.
Yeah, and
Another good
Halifax
one.
with Howard, who
Yeah.
still crops up
Oh
hilariously.
my god, he popped up the other day. In
He
that
did.
advert.
He's like, not you, Howard. And he was.
See, Howard actually worked in a branch of Halifax.
Yeah, and they
And-
made their own celebrity out of him. See, that's
Yeah.
fine. Go. I mean, unless they start paying him millions and our prices go up. Fuck you, Howard.
Just talking about adverts that in particular I've seen in front of a movie lately.
Sure.
There was an advert when Howard popped up.
Yeah, but
again.
it wasn't for Halifax, was it? It was for. It was a hotel.
They're really bad adverts.
They're awful. It's
They're
like
really
it's called
bad.
Captain Optimism or something. The character, isn't he?
Oh,
Captain
God.
He's like a
Optimistic.
big bearded fellow,
Oh, maybe it's a job.
and he
site.
sings like "Good
Maybe.
Morning,"
Good morning.
Yeah, I know the one you mean.
and it's just really, really misguided. And you're like, who
Who
thought
okayed
this would hit home?
And then Howard pops in from the screen to the side. He's just like, "Good morning," and then like, "Not in this advert, Howard," and he naffs off.
There you go.
And Howard's looking a little older now.
He is looking a bit
Like he's kind of all those great
All
savings are catching up on him, yeah.
the time under the lights has affected his
his album
his
did
yeah
not
his
did not
album
go
and
down
his
well.
personality, and he's very bitter now.
He is. He hates showbiz.
But it's like,
He moved to LA and for what?
but also it's like,
Trying to break into Hollywood.
but who is that for? Because like nowadays, like if you see like
It's for us.
because what we're
But do you know what I mean? You're sitting here talking about it.
but here's my thing. But I'm not.
That's because we've got a podcast. But everyone's got a podcast.
Yeah, but it's like
Fuck
Yeah.
you, podcasts.
I
I should have changed
I'm in
it
my
to podcast,
30s.
shouldn't I? My hate.
My hate.
Next time.
That's lovely. I'm in my 30s, so
You are,
it's
I
like, what are
remember.
the concern? What are people pitching to me?
Mortgages.
They're going like mortgages, boring stuff like insurance, that kind of thing.
JML products.
JML products. You know the
I think we've talked about this before, but
the lawn comb. and
who is
stuff
it who's using He-Man?
Yeah. It's Halifax, isn't it? Again, like one of the
Yeah, I
bankers
think it is actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, they use the
Skeletor and-
Flintstones. The
Yeah.
Halifax.
So they're
and you know why? Because it's targeted at us.
Yeah.
And there's another one that's using Action Man. I think it's Compare
Really?
the Market or something. No, it's Compare the Market will be Meerkat still, won't it? So it'll be Money Supermarket.
Yeah.
Is using Action Man.
So they're doing like, what toys did you care about when you were young?
How old are the people we need to advertise at now? What were they into when they were kids? Let's use that.
So in 5 years or so, Power Rangers are going to be doing like holidays or
Holiday Rangers.
yeah. I mean, really.
It'll be stuff like Kim Possible and Danny Phantom, won't it? And stuff. And then in like 20 years, it'll be Adventure Time.
So here's my thing then.
And
Like,
they're
if-
all dried up.
Howard. It's like we're going like, oh, Howard, but we were like, mid-teens when Howard was about. That's,
Yeah, but we know him. That's the thing. We know him.
oh my god, was he a childhood hero of mine? I didn't even realise.
Yes!
I aspired to be Howard from
I want to be
Halifax.
Howard.
What did he? He didn't do Who Let the Dogs Out? Not
Yeah, he
originally.
did. He
but
did.
was that his,
One of his ads was that. Yeah.
Oh,
Who
God.
gives you extra?
Oh yeah.
that's
Who
it.
gives you extra? Who? And
Um,
we're here
I was really-
talking
I
about
was
it, so it
really
was
ho- I
memorable.
was really hoping. we
That's
But
would.
he
what
turned out to have an amazing voice, didn't he? That was the big thing, is that he was a random employee.
Yeah, and
Not
he-
random, they obviously auditioned, but he turned out to be this employee for Halifax who actually could sing.
Mm.
And then they did it. The campaign was championing different employees and making them the stars of the ads, and no one else seemed to make
Yeah,
an impact.
nobody
except Howard.
remembers anyone else.
And then there was a whole slew of animated ones,
Yeah,
What?
and it was Howard, but he was like an animated
he
cartoon
was like
character.
a 3D
Yeah,
creation.
Oh god, you're opening some dark door in the
Yeah.
back of my mind. What he was like
He was like-
early three.
early Pixar
Yeah,
style,
yeah,
3D
yeah.
style. Yeah,
Oh, horror.
I think there may have been a 2D one as well.
All ads have to be though is memorable. It doesn't matter if they're shit or not.
Yeah,
They just have to be memorable.
they just have to hook. Yeah.
We're here talking about it 10 years, 15
Yeah.
years later.
I kind of regret talking about it now.
It worked.
Anyway, I'm terribly sorry about that. That's why I left DE.
Yeah, well done.
In summary,
Right, we've got
power
hate
to the
mail.
people.
Hate mail?
Yeah, let's
I've
get
got some hate mail.
You say you have some hate mail.
I have some hate mail.
Specifically for you, but we need some for the show, so...
Oh, okay. I'll read them to you, shall I?
It's really funny, it's really funny.
Andrew Stevens, Stevo,
Oh, friend of the show.
says,
long time listener.
I hate Infinity War spoilers.
Oh,
I thought he was just going to say I hate Infinity War. I was about to
Fuck
get very
you,
angry.
Internet,
Fuck.
says Andrew.
That's
yeah.
really mean.
Well, Andrew,
Mm.
if you are one of our Patreon subscribers, you can listen to our exclusive Microaggressions review of Infinity War, which we'll be recording straight after this podcast.
Spoiler heavy.
Spoiler heavy.
Super spoiler heavy.
So if you haven't seen it, or, don't want to be spoiled, or would rather not listen to us, don't listen to it.
Yeah.
But if you don't mind being spoiled, or you have seen the movie, or you do like one or three of us, listen to it.
Do.
Give us $1 a month. I say us.
You're really selling this.
Maybe I was
We'll
the
give you
wrong
something
choice.
at some point.
Maybe I was the wrong choice to promote this.
well, maybe we could address the hate, perhaps.
Yes, I hate. Well, yeah, I hate spoilers because
I hate spoilers too.
by their very definition, they ruin things, spoil them, if you will.
Well, I was in the office a few days before we went to see it, and one of my colleagues just went,
Can we say at this point spoilers, or
Are you going to say?
I'm not
something?
going to say, but he was like, no, this won't be a spoiler at all.
Cool.
But he was like, oh no, I just saw something, and he was like, I just logged onto Facebook and someone had shared a thing,
Oh no!
and he was like,
so he was spoiled,
yeah,
but you luckily weren't.
I wasn't spoiled, but then he was kind of like chatting with a colleague, and I could hear them kind of, and he kept like looking across, and I kept like giving him the eyeball. He's like, no, I'm not. I'm keeping it quiet. But I got this whole thing in my head where I was like, oh, I have a fairly good idea
What they're talking about.
and it didn't come to pass.
All right.
Oh, so
we'll
you
talk about that later.
presumed incorrect.
More of that in the bonus.
More of that in Microaggressions, available if you're a Patreon subscriber from just $1 per month. What's the website, John?
www.patreon.com/BigPunchStudio.
Thank you, John. I've got one here from.
You look so blank.
I've got one here from Philip Gibbs.
Gibbo!
The Gibbon, who says, hate, dash. Now my brother is listening, I can complain about him without feeling as guilty.
Gibbo's brother.
My hate.
You shit.
Gibbo the second. My hate this week is people seeing family resemblance when there is none.
Oh.
The only physical features my brother and I share are height and general body shape. Otherwise, we look completely different. Despite this, we semi-regularly get comments from people saying how similar we look. Why?
The only traits
Maybe
we
it's the eye
share.
patch you both have.
Yeah, the only traits we share are height, body shape, eye patch, hairstyle, face, mustache,
And we look like each
eye
other.
colour, and the fact that we look identical. Other than that, though, there's nothing.
Well, I feel your pain, Gibbo, because growing up, I was often.
You do look like your brother.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I really
You
don't
look
see it.
like two halves of the one human.
I guess I should be flattered because my brother, I feel, has a stronger face line.
A stronger
than me.
face line.
As in,
What
like,
does that mean?
You're an artist.
Yeah, you're talking bollocks.
Yeah.
I
No.
can call you on your bullshit.
I don't really see it, but again, that's the thing. Maybe
You're both very good-looking guys,
Oh, that's very
and
kind.
I would,
Thank you.
if you were both up for it.
I would.
Not just one of you. at a
I
time.
would pick you in a police lineup. Is what I'm saying.
That's you. If you want to believe that, that's fine.
Yeah, that's great.
I wasn't listening to any of that. I was reading the Facebook comments.
Oh, this is wonderful. I love the interactivity we're bringing.
we should just be indifferent.
Well, wait, you put a post up just before we came on, and now people are commenting.
Ah,
Oh,
I've got-
sweet. Chuck it up.
Well, I say people. One person has commented.
Who is it?
Alice Angel
Alice,
no.
friend of the show.
from downstairs.
That's a pretty name.
What a pretty name. Oh.
My wife.
I hate when people look at me. Oh. I dropped a spoon in the street the other day.
What are you doing?
Why were you carrying a spoon in the street?
right.
This is just something she does.
And this guy whipped his head around to look at me. This is all in capitals. There's nothing to see. Just go about your day. Question.
Yeah, there is something to see here. 'cause-
Why are you carrying a spoon in hand
Yeah.
on the street?
It's a novelty oversized spoon as well. It's like the size of a spade.
Wait, you know the spoon?
No, I don't know.
Right,
I have
okay.
no idea
I'm
what she's
picturing
talking
like a ladle.
about. Yeah.
I'm picturing kind of like a Friends situation where the cheesecake gets dropped in the hallway. and...
Yeah. All right, what are we having?
I think, I've got to say, like, because we've had stare. I think
We have had, yeah.
Casey brought it up in a previous episode, like
Being stared at.
So, Ali, change your hate.
Yeah. How dare you
That's your-
regurgitate our
That's your
sweet
feedback.
content.
Change your hate.
But I feel we should focus on the spoon situation.
I think we
however.
should.
Yeah,
That's my question.
I have a lot of questions.
I can actually see it's better than carrying a knife.
Maybe that's the problem though.
I
Because when
see
you
you've
drop a
played
spoon,
knifey spoony before.
it would sound like a knife.
Ah,
Clankety clank. Oh god, we're all going to be shanked.
Or maybe he thought you were dropping a very large single piece of currency.
Ooh, a £2 coin.
Oh, a £5 coin.
Ooh, a £10
One of those
coin.
rare
Limited
one-up, yeah.
mint.
Maybe he thought it was like to commemorate the marriage of Harry and Meghan.
Yeah. I'm sure there must be a £5
Oh, there'll
coin
be
for
there'll be a
that.
coin.
There'll
for
be a
that.
novelty spoon
Yeah.
with Harry's face on
We're-
the convex side.
We're
It'll be
talking
on
about
both
tat.
sides, but one will be
We're-
really little and one will be really big.
Talking about tat, that is going to be Tat Central
Oh,
next
God.
week.
Is it next week?
It's next weekend, I believe. Well, this weekend if you're listening to the podcast.
Oh, I see. That's a very good point.
There you go.
Well done.
Oh yeah, I just an overpowering wave of apathy.
Yep, me too.
Yeah.
I don't care.
That comment raised more questions than it answered.
Yeah, I'd like an update on the
asked.
spoon.
I think
future.
we will. I will find out and I will report back to the show.
Is there more hate mail?
No.
Well, what about that shampoo thing?
What?
There was a whole. Oh,
What?
we need to do our homework better. There was a whole thread from Imi, friend of the show.
Oh, I didn't think that was a hate. I
About
have
shampoo.
seen it. Let me
Was
get
it not a love?
Was it?
No,
love?
it was it was just a comment. It wasn't a love or a hate.
You can read it out.
Could we?
I'll
could
read
we
it out
do
if you want.
something with it?
Wow!
The film is dead air.
He's sharpening a spoon right now.
I was originally posting this because it is reminiscent of a previous episode, but now I'm posting it because the person's username is fucking hilarious. Which it is.
Okay.
This individual's username is analystfun69.
Oh, that's a good name.
But there's no... I mean, it's about shampoo, as you said.
Yeah, is it? And can we
It's just
give
women's
me
shampoo.
something?
But it's not a love or a hate!
Content!
Women's shampoo be like... coconut, honey, milk, rose, tropical fruits, aloe vera. Men's shampoo be like Arctic ice, darkness, guns, testosterone, pain.
So this, yeah, she said she's playing into that one you said about like man clay and
Yeah.
like boy butter or whatever it is.
I'm sorry that was so difficult. I was hoping.
It's like pulling teeth.
That wasn't...
I was hoping as community manager you could kind of weave
But that was...
some.
Someone's got to put literally hate in front of it and then say it.
You've got a filter, haven't
So
you?
listener, really, this is your fault for not
Yeah.
not filming.
John comes to me 2 minutes before the podcast starts and goes, oh, Rev, can you read out the comments? Because I haven't got my phone. You come to me
you know
2
when we
minutes
record-
before we start recording,
You
John.
know-
Don't
we record
fight!
it.
I hate it when you fight!
You've got a whole week to do your homework. A week.
Oh.
You've got a whole week. You had 2 weeks.
You can't come to me 2 minutes before, John. You need to prep me. You need to prep me a day before.
What more do you want from me? We have a regular thing.
This is
You
very,
know
this is very
coming.
unprofessional.
Keep it in a fine Reddit though,
Yeah.
because it is gold. It is radio bronze.
It's better than that bloody shampoo segment. That'll be
That
in
was
the
good, wasn't
greatest
it?
hits.
That was good, wasn't it? Thank you, everyone, for your hate mail.
Episode 50 will be a classic montage of moments. And
Yeah.
who could forget the shampoo moment? Hey, what about that shampoo comment?
What shampoo comment?
Well, you know, it's not a love or a hate. Well, can you read it anyway? Anyway, Nick, I think you're due to give us a love.
Oh, okay. My love is dancing.
Oh my.
Oh.
But specifically, my breed/brand of dancing, which is what I do when I've had a couple of drinks. Actually, I don't need to have had a couple of drinks. I don't know why I said that. And a tune comes on, and I just have to gyrate my body in weird, gangly,
Yeah.
spidrous sort of ways. I have a phrase which I came up with, which sums up my whole attitude on it, which is basically, if music was a three-dimensional shape, then dancing is what you do to rub your body around that shape.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Goodness.
So I feel like I am responding to the
this is
shape of the
sharp.
music.
Oh,
Sometimes I
Oh,
get bruises
oh.
and cuts. It's fine. It's all part of it, though. It's all part of it. Sometimes I fall over. You have to be unafraid. You have to dance like everyone's watching.
Yeah.
That's
If
what
you
you have
dance
to
like
do.
no one's watching, then what's the point?
We were at a wedding recently, and Ali and I, like, they were this amazing Motown band that they had at the wedding, and Ali and I we were up there, and we got a lot of compliments afterwards.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, I think it was probably they were very drunk.
What were the compliments for?
For the dancing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Right,
you guys are really in sync. Your dancing was amazing. You're really cool, despite how old you seem to be, and that sort of thing.
Were you the old ones?
Well, no, we were sort of the middle of the age range because the couple getting married were like our age.
Okay.
But there were like some teens there.
Oh no.
Yeah, but they weren't dancing at all because, of course, it's very embarrassing.
Teenagers can't dance.
No, and then there were some like adults.
Adults can't dance.
And they don't either. They
Yeah.
just sit there with a beer and they sort of stare disapprovingly at the dance floor. So the dance floor was mostly 30-somethings dancing.
We are at prime dancing age.
We are, because we don't care anymore
Yeah,
about
'cause
all that
we're
stuff.
old enough to not give a shit, but young enough to not be in constant pain.
And
Exactly.
we're all sufficiently in debt now that like we need
We
these moments.
We need to dance the sorrow away.
I need something. I remember. I think Lucy and I went to a wedding years ago, and like nobody danced.
Oh God, really?
It was really.
See, when nobody dances, I feel a really powerful responsibility. It's
Yeah.
like with the Uncle Ben, with great power comes great responsibility. I have great power. I can dance.
and great rice.
Yeah. And I can't stop. I can't see anything but Uncle Ben's little face peeking out over that shelf now. Yeah, like I have to do it. I have to be the person. It's like when someone's left hanging from a high five. You have to get in there. I love dancing. I love it.
I do enjoy. I can't dance, but I enjoy doing it.
I don't know if I can, but people think I can.
Maybe not. Maybe that's a secret.
That's
Maybe
it.
no
Yeah.
one can
Maybe
dance.
no one can.
I've got about 3 or 4 go-to moves, and that's all I do for about 4 hours.
Yeah, that's about all I
But
ever
if I
do.
was grading you, it would very much be A for effort.
Thank you.
I can't dance.
That's a backhanded
That's,
compliment.
yeah, that is
No, because
that is the
by,
best insult anyone's ever given me.
You try.
But Nick, by your own dance manifesto, your
I need
Danifesto, if
Okay.
you will.
It's bad,
Big beats all the time. It's my dance manifesto.
You were just preaching the benefit of just going for it.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
no,
just
absolutely. Yeah, true.
just go for it.
You've got to you got to feel confident, even if you are terrible.
The truth of it is, and I think reason people are self-conscious about it is because they think that everyone's looking at you. The truth is, nobody is looking at you. Nobody is looking at all. But dance like everyone is, because then you're giving your best performance. But
think
no
that's-
one cares.
That is the difference between me now and me like as a teenager.
Oh God, yes.
It's like, God, don't look at me.
Yeah.
Don't look at me.
I was like the opposite of me now when I was a teenager.
Upside down.
Upside
And
down,
black.
Standing.
respectfully.
Well, shall I bring my love?
Do it.
Go on then.
It's very niche.
Oh.
WD-40.
Oh, you're such a granddad.
Oh God. No. I just
It's not that niche.
WD-40.
Is this for after the dancing?
For the joint.
For the knees?
This is what I need. I need like a shot of WD-40 before I go in.
Loosen me up.
I mean, like as a kid, I was always kind of fascinated by
Oils.
my dad's kind of little workshop. You know, and there's all these tools and like amazing little things that he'd use to fix stuff.
Oh, sure.
And WD-40 as a brand has not changed in my life. Like it's always just been there, and it just seemed like a magical property. It's like, oh, you can fix it. You can do, you know.
Just grab the WD-40.
So the other day, I have a bike lock for my bike.
Oh, really?
And,
That's what it's for.
The other day, it's the little thing, the lock wouldn't turn.
Right.
To the point
That's the
where
word.
my cheap metal and plastic key started to actually twist. Like
Oh,
it started
God.
to actually deform. So I was like, okay, no, that's not good.
Stop.
And as it happens, we had some WD-40 at home.
Lovely.
So I put a few drops in. Now,
Oh.
moves like a dream. But it's like, and it suddenly looked at it and I thought, in a weird way, WD-40 has been a constant presence in my life because I do not use it daily.
More so than my dad.
But it's like, I don't use it daily. But if I need it, it's there. And it's never going to change because, God bless them, there were 39 failures. But when they finally got there,
Yeah.
they were like,
this is it.
this is
is
it.
the
It's not
one.
going to get any better.
This is it.
Although I do, and there's another part of me, sidebar, Your Honour, I am fascinated what the other 39 were. And are they
They were
still,
explosive.
are they viable?
I'm not sure that is how it's named.
No, it probably is something to do with something else rather than the
sort of
version.
chemical.
Unless you know for a
aspect.
fact it's the 40th version.
I reckon there's a...
Is it like Heinz 57 varieties?
Are there actually 57
I don't think there are. No, that's what's so.
But that's what it
stupid
says on the
about
can.
it. Yeah.
Big, or is Heinz counting like big can, small can,
Yeah, light,
screw top,
Extra light.
reusable jar? Yeah.
squeezy. Good. I'm glad you have
I'm
a.
glad you're happy for
I'm
me.
glad you have a sort of pastoral relationship with a chemical that squirts out of a can.
It's a bit like God, really. It's like those moments where, you know, you were walking on the beach and you saw 2 steps of footsteps and one of them was really well lubricated.
One of them was just a circle every 2 feet.
One was like a skid mark. Whoa. That was when WD-40 was with you.
Yeah. Damn it.
This may seem like an obvious love, given the name of the show. I love complaining.
Yeah, you do.
And I'll give you a very specific form of complaining that I enjoy partaking in at the moment. I enjoy complaining to big companies for compensation.
Oh,
Right, okay.
Like Amazon. If something goes even slightly wrong with Amazon
You're
now,
there.
I'm on it. I have in the last year secured around £50 of vouchers from Amazon that I did not deserve. I've complained to them, and just to make me go away, they've said, "Would you like a £10 voucher?" Yes, I would. Thank you very much. If even the slightest thing has gone awry.
What avenue do you complain through? Is it Twitter?
I do live chat
Oh, right.
on the Amazon page. And I say, this product hasn't shown up as advertised, or these products were delivered separately. It's really inconvenient. It's not.
You're like
And they just go,
mild
"Oh, I'm
inconvenience.
terribly sorry, sir. Would you like a £10 voucher and a month of Amazon Prime free?" "Yes, I would. Thank you very much."
Of course I would, madam.
And I feel
Oh, it's him again.
I feel old enough now that I can complain to someone, like the council, for example, about something, and I feel I'll be listened to.
Yeah, true.
When I was younger, I was probably apprehensive about complaining. I just go, "Oh no, leave it."
Unless
Now I will complain.
unless you're dealing with Arriva trains. Yes, I'm calling you out, Arriva.
Yeah, Arriva.
Bastards.
Not a sponsor.
And this episode is brought to you by Arriva trains.
I think we've said this before, but I think companies should pay us not to mention them as a hate.
Mm.
That's our equivalent of sponsorship.
I love a kind of is a very bold marketing term for blackmail.
It's like anti-sponsorship.
Ah,
It's not a very bold term.
so what kind of freebies beyond that have you got, or is it all kind of like vouchers and?
Well, I've won a lot of competitions lately. That's a different subject altogether. But I've won
totally
some social media competitions. Free drinks, things like that, just for complaining that this isn't enough. Like in the bar at Gillingham, if the drinks aren't up to scratch or are a bit flat, I go, "This drink's flat. What are you going to do about it?" So I'll get that drink and another one free.
No.
At Gillingham once, the card machine was broken, and I knew that. But I went up to them and I said, "Hi, can I have 6 pints of Heineken, please?" And then that'll be £19.50, whatever. And I've got and I went to give them the card. Well, the card machine's broken. "Oh, is it? Okay, let me just see how much cash I've got. I've only got £3. Is that going to be enough?" "I suppose it'll have to be, won't it? Thank you very much."
Yes. And they were all
And I got my 6 pints, and off I walked.
I don't use the phrase "real American hero" very often, but
Oh wow!
you, sir.
So there you go. You've got to chance your arm now and again with these things.
I had a legend as a child. I remember a teacher at school telling me that her friend once complained to Roundtree's that there were too many green fruit pastilles in a roll she'd bought. And they sent her an entire crate of fruit pastilles by way of apology.
It's surprising what you will get through minor complaining.
My friend's dad complained about how the quality of a soup that he liked, a canned soup, had declined.
Right.
And he didn't demand anything. He just wanted to write a letter to say, "You know what? This soup isn't as good as it used to be." So they sent him vouchers for the soup. It's like, well, I don't want it, do I? Because I was telling you how crap your ruddy soup is. But he had 20 quid's worth of soup.
And I bet he ate them.
I bet he did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you got it.
Massive smile on his face. I guess if that happened to me, I'd feel like a champion. But going back to the magic worm thing, you can guarantee at Roundtree's they're like, another complainant. Give him some of the off-brand fruit pastilles.
Yeah, it's like the asbestos pastilles.
Like they sank on a vessel, like once, and after they washed up, they've just been storing them.
It tastes a little bit like a starfish's anus, but hey, let's just keep going with it.
These are
Anyway.
proteinous. Ooh. Lovely.
Ooh, bits of coral.
Delicious. Anyway, there you go.
Any love letters?
You want me to do the loves as well, do you?
Yeah,
Yes,
this was
come
so much
on.
effort.
God's sake.
Content.
I've got a love here from Philip Gibbs.
Gibbo!
Gibbo the Gibbon! Who says, "I know this is going to be controversial, but I love puns." Nothing controversial about that.
Not at all,
I
sir.
love puns.
I love puns.
I make puns constantly. I've been
Prove it.
fighting off the urge to make a tennis pun since I heard about this podcast. Well, we're going to serve you a few puns now, Gibbo. I'll try not to make too much of a racket.
The ball is in our court now, isn't it, Gibbo?
We really aced it.
Oh! And so on. I love puns. There's nothing better than a good pun off, I always find.
Especially in a group chat.
Especially in a group chat.
Particularly
You know
in
it's
a group
coming.
chat.
I love it when it's in a group chat and you get that pun idea and you're racing
Bang,
to type
yeah,
it because you're
before
like,
someone else
someone's
gets
going to
it.
get that in.
Do you have a particular anecdote about our good friend James Peake?
Yeah, I was going to say this one.
Punnage.
We were doing horse puns. We were on holiday, and we were doing horse puns like, oh, you've had a mare and
Yeah.
things like that. And he goes, hey, boys, I'm feline good. Like, what? What? He goes, no, wait, what's a female horse? And it's just like, oh no.
Oh, you screwed the pooch.
Horse and fish puns are probably my favourite of
yeah.
all the puns, I'd say.
Yeah.
There's a lot of joy to be had with fish puns.
There was quite a good round I had recently with birds.
Yeah.
Bird names.
Another feather in your cap.
Yeah.
That one.
Turn the other cheek.
Very good. No, yes, that's not controversial at all, Gibbo.
No, well done.
In my
Gibbo.
Yeah,
book.
Gibbo, we salute you.
I love puns. I absolutely love them. Let me get on the comments from Andrew Galvin,
Galvo.
who says, appropriately, hopefully, my love is getting your name read on the radio or a podcast.
Oh. Let's not say his name.
It never stops being exciting. This is from A. Galvin. Let's just call him Andrew G.
This is from Aglavin.
A Glavin.
This is from Anonymous. I managed to get an obscure Beatles song called on BBC Six Music the other day, and my smugness was unbearable. Plus, I blush every time it happens. So you know exactly what's
Every
happening
time.
to me if this gets read on the show.
So if we say Andrew Galvin, is he blush?
Andrew Galvin.
Andrew Galvin.
Oh.
Andrew Galvin.
I do like getting my text or whatever read out on the radio.
Let's ASMR
That's happened
him.
a few times.
Is that because you're always complaining and arguing with our local newspaper /
Oh,
journalist?
me. Well, this shit. I was arguing with the local paper today because there are some travellers or gypsies who have moved into Pittville Park, and they're stopping me from walking my dog in the area of the park that I usually go. It's very upsetting, and the newspaper just did a fluffy little article going, oh, they're so charismatic. They're not. They're in my fucking way. So, you know, and the local newspaper is just terrible. There
Yeah,
you
it
go.
really is.
We're not taking any prisoners.
No.
I know. I've got one from Steve-O. This is our final love.
Skevo.
Who says, I love payday being tomorrow. I mean, this was last week.
Oh
so
no. Well,
My
He's already
bank
spent
balance
most
is
of it.
crying tears of solvent joy.
maybe every day is payday. if you think
Payday
about it.
payday is a good feeling in that you look at your account and you think, ooh, I can spend money on tat now.
Yeah,
For
for
a
the
couple of
first
days.
couple of days, you can buy all that tat.
Get a load of tat.
Then regret it a
I
couple
do
of days
love
later.
that feeling where ultimately you have it's the same amount of money it's got to last you the entire month. But I love how in that moment after payday, you're like, it's beer o'clock. You know,
Yeah,
it's
oh,
just
yeah.
like, I'm just going crazy for a couple of days.
And he also just finishes by saying, I'm ambivalent about Jeremy Clarkson becoming the new host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Is he becoming the new host of Who Wants
It's
to Be a
on this
Millionaire?
week, and he's actually very good. I've been
sure
watching
he is.
it, and he's actually really good at it.
I just don't like the man there.
Does he punch?
No, he's an arsehole.
Does he punch the contestant if they don't do well?
Yeah. Well, there's a new lifeline you'll be familiar with, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Oh yeah.
There's a new lifeline called Ask the Host.
What does he know?
So nothing, it turns out.
Right, cool,
So he's been shit all week.
cool.
But Jeremy Clarkson, let's not, sugarcoat this, is an arsehole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He.
But he's been very good at this week, so I suspect it's going to be coming back
He's
permanently.
got. I don't want to say like in his defence, but he's got that voice which would probably work pretty well as a
Yeah.
laconically reading a question.
True.
So there you go. We ended with an
And
ambivalence,
he's got a
which we didn't
good
ask for. But,
right hook.
but that's
a
fine.
show called Ambivalence.
A show
Steve.
called Ambivalence. There we go.
Spin-off, though.
Spin-off, yeah.
So which one?
There's probably already a show with all the podcasts out there called Ambivalence.
Yeah.
What's one?
Dancing WD-40 and complaining versus crappy hardware store toys, Kevin Bacon,
Yeah.
And passwords.
and passwords. It's a really tough one, actually, today. I'm going to say love.
I'm going to say love as well.
I'm going to say ambivalence.
Well,
no.
two
I'll
against one.
say hate because I always do.
Yes,
Well,
you do.
it doesn't matter. You've
That's-
already lost the.
That's kind of your thing.
Oh, all right. Well,
Your
maybe
opinion
I
is-
should have gone first.
I'm also going to say I'm going to say love because I'm in generally quite a good mood because I'm very much looking forward to the weekend
Me too.
because it's Eurovision.
Eurovision.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Everything about my personality suggests that I should hate Eurovision.
Oh yes,
But I bloody love it.
it's
It
been
is
growing on
hilarious.
me in the last decade. I think I was probably a bit sceptical back then, but now
Lucy's
it's-
been a good influence on you.
she really has. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a time of my life last year watching Eurovision. It was
It's-
amazing.
I missed it last year. I was gutted.
I'm gonna get the old school Tesco beer doors. I'm rocking up here.
beer doors.
Beer doors. Create a beer doors Saturday
get in on
night.
that with you.
Let's do it.
Beard or
I'm
challenge.
coming here. I'm gonna
What
get
a minute.
absolutely shit-faced watching Eurovision, and I'm gonna have the time of my life.
I am very
Time of
excited.
my-
Lucy's going to stock up on Polish chocolate. That's going to
Lovely.
be good.
I should get a load of Polish cheese.
We should have something to eat. We'll work that out.
Polish food.
We'll have to get some European
I was
food
going to
in.
say I was going to say fajitas because that's just good party food. Can we stuff them with something?
Polish.
A whole chorizo will be
Why?
in there.
Why? Why is apparently Polish stuff like Eurovision stuff?
I don't know.
I guess because it represents sort of
That's Central Europe.
Central Europe. Yeah.
I think also because it's like for the lazy British shopper, it's maybe like the easiest
Yeah.
exotic.
We're so
food.
We're so European. Yeah.
Oh, how continental!
We should try and make a buffet of different European foods.
I think that's not a bad shout.
That's quite a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get croissants stuffed with nachos.
Nachos aren't European.
Are they? They're Spanish.
They're Mexican, are they?
Oh yeah.
I feel like sausage...
Tapas.
Okay.
Tapas. can
Paella.
Croissant
be-
stuffed with
Oh,
paella.
I love paella.
Yeah, I love paella.
I reckon some sausage would be good.
Yeah, there's loads of sausage in the
It's like
Polish
some
shops.
good German sausage because you love a special sausage, don't you?
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Anything mechanically recovered.
Well, like after the abattoir's done for the day, they run like a little squeegee along the walls,
Yeah.
and that's how they make sausage.
It's like a BB-8 droid that just rolls through the meat floor, and everything that's stuck to him, they just get packaged into a bag. And I will eat that. I will eat the crap out of that.
Good times.
right.
We'll report back next week.
Yes.
Can't wait. Well, anyway, I guess we need a going away.
I've got it. I know what we should say.
Oh,
yeah, Nick's on
yes.
Andrew Galvin.
Okay.
No, that'll do.
He just loves hearing his name.